Hello, hello, guys, gals, and fellow NB pals. I put off this video yesterday because I spent so much time editing the video that was supposed to go on my second channel, which I forgot that when you make a new channel, YouTube puts training wheels on you and you can't upload long videos. So the audio for that should have been my first video on my second channel, third day early. Uh, the video itself, well, the audio wound up being 30 minutes, 30 plus minutes. I think it's like 33, something like that. And I was just like, ha, I was like, oh, I'll edit it down. I'll cut out some of like those blank spaces and shit like that. But to be completely honest, my ass just be talking. I just be yapping. And I did not edit any of that audio whatsoever. Like, who? Oh, fucking well. I'm just like, that it was supposed to be a more personal thing. And I mean, not that often do I actually like edit the audio down. I was just like, what, fuck it. I said what I said. I meant what I meant. And we'll go from there. So that's the way it went. Well, however, when you start a new channel, YouTube puts training wheels on you for like your like I don't know how long it is until you can start uploading longer amounts of content. But I was like, man, video too long, bitch, because I'm not going through and editing the audio. Like at first, I was just like, well, maybe I could go because I edited this in iMovie on my phone. So I was like, well, maybe I could just go in and just cut the shit in half, separate it into two videos, and go from there. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on the main channel. I don't care. I genuinely don't. So I put it on the main channel. It's there. It's funny in my opinion. And I'll come up with a different story. Well, I won't say come up with a story. I'll think of a different story to tell that'll be much shorter, and that way I won't have this problem again. Because I like to talk. I like to talk, and my ass just be yapping, and like I just have a lot of things to say. That's not true. I like listening more than I like talking sometimes, but that's just me. But regardless, um, right now, what I'm talking about is the Social Security situation because I watched the video from Mutahar that was like he actually went in and was just like let's actually check this kind of stuff and see like because the supposed data set contained like billions, almost 3 billion lines of code or something like that worth of information, something like that. I don't know. Or like it was like like either pieces of information or the amount of people it supposedly had, something like that. And apparently that's not true, which honestly is great. Um, like it's great that it's like okay, it wasn't that many people whose shit actually got jacked, but it was still a lot of information. But it seems, according to Mudahar's investigation, it seems that not all of the information is accurate, which is in one way that's a good thing, but like in another way too, it's like there's still people's personal information that's now out there in the world because of this data leak. And like I mean, the company that was hosting it anyway was just selling it to whoever wanted it. They didn't do any checks or balances or anything like that. Because like the website apparently was like they're used by like private investigators and things like that, which like cool, fine, whatever. Make your everybody's gonna make their money doing something. I wish it would not be off of the backs of other people and their shit, but we're here. This is 2024 and people are choosing to make their money in all sorts of scumfuck ways. So I'm not surprised that this is where we are. Some people just choose to hoard, sell, and like barter in personal information. But it's like, on another hand, it's like, okay, so we have all these companies that pop up that are essentially just information dealers. Okay, they're making their coins that way. And now but I'm like, even now we have companies that are popping up to fill the niche, like Aura and Incogni, where they're like, pay us some money and we'll get your information off of those sites, right? Like it's a never ending cycle. It's a fucking Ouroboros of just this absolute fucking nonsense in the digital age of you having information, needing to input that information or give it to certain people or agencies in order to, live as a part of the society. And it's like we have these people who pick up that information somehow, save it to their servers or their site or whatever the fuck, and then just give it away if someone hands them a few bucks. I feel like that's just like a little, I feel like we should have like a little bit more, I don't know, like tear or like some sort of like level of like consistency or something like that when it comes to these things. But I mean, I like it. I don't know. Like I guess everybody's just gonna do whatever the fuck it is that they're doing. Like there are gonna be some people like me who are choosing to just talk about these things, and we have people who are like, I mean, they make their whole business buying and selling. What they're buying and selling, I mean, that remains to be seen. Everybody's doing their own thing, but I don't know. I just don't feel like that should. I don't feel like that should be an industry. Like it shouldn't be like a viable industry. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one here. It's just like, maybe we shouldn't barter for people's social security numbers and addresses like it were like fucking like poorly smashed, like poorly minted gold coins and like 30 BC, you know? Like I don't feel like this is like I don't feel like there should be a market for these things. I just don't, especially with like the rise and now kind of floundering of AI, which honestly I'm good. I hate AI. I hate the concept of it. I hate that it's pushed by every single fucking company because I don't like. I'll be honest. I've never used ChatGPT. I've never touched a Mid Journey. Even when people were doing funny things like getting the AI to um like putting in prompts in I guess that was like Mid Journey or something. I have no idea. I don't know what the apps are. I don't know what the programs are. I don't genuinely care. But like people were like making like karate dogs and like Will Smith eating spaghetti and shit like that. And I mean you even have like the CEO of OpenAI, Sam Altman, who apparently is just a weird freak. Like I mean even to the point where he like made the new AI for whatever they're coming up with like voiced by Scarlett Johansson and then try to pretend like that's not her. Like you absolute cretin. You like tell me you weren't liked by anyone when you were like in high school and in college and things like that. Tell me you weren't liked by people without telling me you weren't liked by people. Like just a weird dude. Just a weird dude. They should have kept his ass fired, but open and like I think it's crazy that OpenAI tried to literally staunch the bleeding that was Sam Altman, and then they turned around, backtracked, rehired him after they fired him, and then turned around and the people who were trying to do the right thing were resigned or fired or whatever the fuck happened. Like I genuinely don't even remember all the details and I don't care to look them up right now. But like yeah, no, I think that it's absolutely I mean it's good that well I mean no data being leaked is never going to be good under any circumstance. Um like especially like because like again this shouldn't be a market. People shouldn't be buying and selling information like this. It just shouldn't be happening. But I am glad that we do have a website which I honestly forgot about called like Have I Been Pwned or something like that. And I think you can enter in like your email address and see if and where your information has been leaked or found on the dark web or something like that. And you can like make your your decisions accordingly on like changing your passwords and things like that, making sure you're using your authenticator and all that. Now, I mean, that can only do so much, especially when it comes to like scam calls and emails and things like I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've had the same like I was getting so many fucking spam emails in like daily, every single morning, the same four like women tips or today tips or some shit like that keeps appearing in one of my Google inboxes. And I like, even though I block the sender, delete them all, like I go through and like get rid of the junk and shit like that. Like every single fucking morning there's like 2 to 5 emails. And I'm like, calm the fuck on. First of all, Google, you lazy pieces of shit. Get your security together, you absolute troglodyte dogs. Like, this is so annoying that everyone, like, you guys are supposed to be the big bad tech giants. You guys have all the money, and you can't even do some basic OPSEC to take care of people's, like, personal information. Again, why do these companies just get away with this shit? Why do they get to just get away with being mid as fuck when it comes to actually protecting the consumers, but when it comes to making their dollars, getting their getting their ad revenue, like it's like, that we can stop at nothing to collect our coins. But the rest of you guys, fuck you. Like, that's crazy, dude. That's just nuts. It's nuts that we put up with this. It's nuts that like we honestly, it's not even nuts that we put up with this because humans are we're all like, let's be for real for a second. We're all pretty dumb. Like, even I'm like I don't toot my horn too often because I say silly things and I make dumb mistakes the same as any other person. But I'm like, I can say for sure that I was born intelligent. Like, I was reading at 3. I skipped a grade. Does it necessarily mean anything in the long run? No, not really. Like, at the end of the day, I'm still a knuckle dragging Neanderthal like the rest of the motherfuckers around me. Like, it's just true. Like, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how, learned you are and things like that. It doesn't matter how many degrees and stuff you have. You can still be an absolute dumbass and have your priorities wrong and do bad things and make mistakes. Like, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, to be completely honest. So, like, I still wanted to talk about this though, because like the fact that these companies keep hoarding all of our data and personal information to sell off to whoever wants it, to the highest bidder. Doesn't matter who they are, who they work for. If they want it, they can buy it. That's that's pretty crazy. In my opinion, if Congress really wanted to do something, they would get off their asses and start protecting consumers. They're not going to do that because that's going to fuck up their insider trading, but there's always the hope. There's always the hope that we can get politicians and people who actually care about people and care about like the little guy, for once, right? Because we have all of these monopolistic companies who are so megalithic that they think that they're too big to fall. But I mean, my guy, even the biggest mountains can go bye bye. Like, there is nothing that is too big to fall. It's just that when you do fall, the impact that will be left, the crater that they'll leave in their wake, will be catastrophically like much, much, much bigger. And that's why we have things like antitrust and like anti-monopoly practices. But we let these companies get so big, like Google, like Apple, like, I mean, and not even Google, because Google's owned by Alphabet. But regardless, like, all of these companies have gotten so big, and it's like, it's not that you're too big to fall. It's just that when you do fall, the crater that you the crater that you leave will actually cause so much more harm than if you were a much smaller company with all of your stuff spread out. That's pretty much it. So we have to stop thinking that things are too big to fall. No one is too big to fall. No one is too big to go broke. No one is too big to go missing. Nobody is like, there is nothing and no one that is too big to fall or fail. Every single civilization before has come and gone. And when our civilization goes too, and the next one starts, they're going to be like, again, the crater left behind will be much, much, much bigger than anything we have seen before. So, I mean, like if you agree, comment below if, you have thoughts or feelings or whatever like that. Whatever, man. Just like, we just gotta we really gotta start holding the many centipede like feet of these companies to the fire, or just dump the whole thing in, burn it like that weird centipede scorpion chick from the Erdtree DLC, man. Like, we just can't just keep letting them get away with it, okay? Like, just don't. So, like, subscribe, do the YouTube stuff, and I'll see you guys for another video.